Hi, I'm Tatiana, physical therapist, active runner, and mom of three kids, and I am all about preventative health. If you have been reading my article or you're joining me because you want some ideas, because you're injured on how to still stay as conditioned and move your body safely, here's what I want you to know. You are a whole person. Let's use the example of someone fracturing their elbow. This happened to a real life person, a client of mine. He fell off a ladder taking down Christmas lights and he fractured his one elbow in multiple places and was told by the emergency department to rest, which is true. We cannot move the fractured limb because we want it to heal, but the rest of the body needs to move. And actually, when you move your body and when you challenge your cardiorespiratory system, you maintain good function, you help the part of the body that needs to heal faster, and you won't come out of the sling or the cast or whatever the injury is 8 to 12 weeks later totally deconditioned and starting back at square one. So using this example, let's say you have your arm in a cast or a sling. You cannot, the limits are you should not move the shoulder or the elbow. You still can perhaps open and close the fingers, right? You still have your other arm and shoulder that is free to move. You still have your spine. Your spine is 24 bones, all stacked that keep your posture, hold you upright all day long. It doesn't like to feel stiff. So even if this is immobilized, we still have movement in the spine, side bending, forward and back, sort of like a cat cow in a yoga, right? And twisting, so turning. Your face has a bunch of muscles. Your neck has a bunch of muscles. We can move those too. If the fracture is in the elbow, perhaps the shoulder, we can do a little bit of shoulder rolls. Your lower body, you can go for walks, walking forwards, walking backwards, doing some side walking, right? We want to think about all the different directions. If you want to check out my XYZ video, it talks about 3D movements. I'll link that up in the notes below. You also have your legs that need to move. We can do squats. We can do lunges, right? We can do lunges. We can do some ankle rolls. Hold the wall if you feel unbalanced. Other ankle. Okay, bending and straightening your knees. Maybe you sit on an exercise bike and you can flush out the legs and get a little bit of movement going, cardio movement, even with the fractured elbow, right? It's a stationary bike. There are so many ways to do this. Now, if you have a leg injury and you're thinking, well, I can't bike, I can't go for a walk, there are lots of things that you can do on a mat, right? Let's say you fractured your ankle and you cannot weight bear safely, or you have crutches, so you could do that. But let's just say you really can't feel safe. It's winter. There's so much you can do. Let's pretend I have a fracture on this side. It's either in a cast or a boot. I can't do too much with this leg, but I still have this other leg. Right? I can do leg lifts. I can do lots of, think of like different directions. Okay, I can lie on one side, kick back. I can lie on the other side, inner thigh. And if this is my ankle that's hurt, I still have my knee that I can bend and straighten. And I still have my hip that I need to keep mobile. Otherwise, it's going to feel so stiff after I take that brace or cast off. You still have your abdominals that you can work with. We can flip it over and do things on all fours, sort of that yoga type cat cow movement, a little bit of side to side. So really, we can get very creative to keep the body moving, keep the blood flowing, keep the muscles activated, joints happy so they don't get stiff. And don't forget mental health, right? When we feel stuck in our bodies for a prolonged period of time, it really affects our mood. So being able to do these things is really key for faster recovery and healing properly. And of course, setting yourself up for those little habits of success that bank into a big picture win. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. I love talking about this stuff. You can find me at Tatiana Graham Inc. or send me an email. My email is in the description below. And if you'd like to work together, just book a call. We can always discuss your fitness goals and what your health goals are and see if it's a good fit to work together.